Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Amber Campbell. I'm an indie author and a freelance editor, and today we're going to be having a little bit of a sit-down chat while I look at some notes, because today we are going to be discussing my promotional calendar for my upcoming poetry collection releasing at the end of this summer, specifically in August. So firstly, I want to break down the calendar real quick. The last two books I released, they're both collections of poetry, came out in September of 23, and I had a 3-month promotion on it. And Missed Arrows, which came out in February of this year, had 2 months pre-order on it. I saw most of the pre-orders came in within the first 30 days I announced it. So this next collection is only going to have a roughly 30-day window for pre-order. So that was the first biggest change I made. Also, I am using the promotional calendar from Writing Mastery course that was put together by Jessica Brody and Bethany Atazadeh. Jessica Brody, of course, wrote the Save the Cat Writes a Novel series, and Bethany Atazadeh is a huge YouTuber here, but she's also the best-selling author of the Stolen Kingdom series and its companion, The Queen's Rise. So I am using that calendar. It's really not a calendar where it's like day by day. It does help you to figure out which of the pre-order campaigns or marketing tactics you'd like to use. So that's what I'm using it for. I am also going to do the title and cover reveal in July. So I'm hoping to do the cover reveal, yes, but the title reveal as where you have to guess the letters, Jeopardy style. And I want to do that build up over 5 days and then announce it on a Friday. So hoping that'll bring some in. We'll see how that goes. And then the initial plan overall for social media is to be posting 5 times a week, focusing on video and minimizing the cost of boosted ads. I really have not used a whole lot of boosted ads on either of my books. However, I did use them for ARC readers for Missed Arrows, which turned out well. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I think I had 24 readers, which I was very happy with, considering at the time I think I had like just over 200 followers on Instagram, and that was the only place I had ads looking for ARC readers. So this time around, I'm just going to rely on organic posts and videos to find those ARC readers. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and go directly into the marketing. So I am going to be posting on YouTube, Instagram, and Threads, and then maybe Pinterest. I will see how that goes. I'm still very new to Pinterest. Even back when so my blog has been around since 2015, I believe, and I intermittently come back to it. I've been back on it now since the middle of May. It's going really well. I'm really happy with it. But even back then, I would try to post on Pinterest for marketing. Went nowhere. I have no idea how to market myself on Pinterest where I actually reach my audience. I really should have brought a scrunchie because it's just too hot to have my hair down. But anyway, I did take that social media marketing for authors course sometime late last year. It was really good. I tried Pinterest for a bit. Wasn't working. We're just going to have fun with it. We'll see what happens. Also, as I mentioned, no boosted ads, and I want to flood the algorithm with more videos. So I did that, the 30 Reels in 30 Days challenge. I'll card it somewhere up here. I'll link it below, all that good stuff. And I ended up getting 30,000 impressions on my Reels in 30 days. So I want to just really push that, not uploading a video every day necessarily, but really making sure that I am doing the most with free resources that I can to build up to the launch of this book. I still haven't done a book tour. I used to partake in them way back in the day, so I've been involved in the publishing industry since 2014, took a bit of a hiatus, coming back to it. So back then, that was when all of the authors and agents and publishers were on Twitter. They've now moved to Instagram and Threads, but that was where I found a lot of the book tours, and I signed up for them, posted them on my blog, things like that. But right now, this is already going to be my most expensive poetry collection that I'm publishing to date, so I want to minimize the costs where I can, just because while this one has made its money back, this one has not yet. So I just want to, granted this one is also more like love and heartbreak poetry. This is more family and grief. I feel like when people reach for poetry, they're reaching a little bit more for this one. So I'm hoping that helps this next collection because it does fall in the similar themes as this one did. And then just a quick note, I do plan uploading the book to Amazon KDP, Draft to Digital, Ingram Spark, and Kobo Writing Life. The book is not going into Kindle Unlimited. Again, if you would like to know more of my thoughts, that is the most recent video I posted. I will card it, link it down below. It's not great for poetry. It's okay. Most other genres, you can get away with it. I saw no money in the 90 days I was enrolled, so we're going to stick with Kobo Writing Life, which allows books to be in Kobo Plus without an exclusivity clause, so that's what we're going to do. Draft to Digital for all the other ebook platforms, while Ingram Spark is for wide distribution of my print. Now, so let me see where we are. So the ARC readers, like I mentioned, 30% of the readers who signed up did end up leaving reviews, which rule of thirds I've talked about. Self-publishing with Dale talks about it a lot as well. But only 2 of those reviews found their way to Amazon, which is really where I needed them. So that's one of the reasons I'm not going with the boosted ads. I don't remember how much I spent. I'll look it up. I'll put it up on the screen. But as I mentioned, this is going to be my most expensive book to date, and I will be making a video on all the costs associated with it. So I don't want to put too much money into ARC readers, especially because I saw no difference in sales. In fact, as I mentioned, I had less sales on my sophomore than I did on my debut book. So ARC readers, we're just going to see who comes on. I am going to be much more strict on who gets a book. Lola, baby, come here. On who gets a book. I'm not just going to take everybody like I did last time, because some of the readers did mention they read poetry sometimes versus often, and those are the ones where I saw more average reviews. And that's just to say, I'm not looking for all positive reviews. But if I get a 3-star review and the bulk of the review is, I just don't really read poetry, so I didn't really have an opinion, you're probably not the ARC reader for this genre. So that's just a PSA for anybody who signs up to be an ARC reader. If you don't read memoirs, do not sign up to read one, to provide a review, because you're not the intended audience. And a lot of the times, you know, even though we're doing ebooks now, we're not necessarily losing money. That is a chance that maybe we had to have someone purchase the book to read and review it versus offering it for free. So that is a cost to take into account. And we could go on and on about the defunctory role ARC readers could essentially play nowadays, considering that that's what trad publishing used for so many decades to ensure that a new release had a bunch of reviews on it to make it look better. So, but that's not the point. Basically, I still want to do ARC readers. I'm just not going to put money into finding them. If I only end up with 5 or 10 ARC readers, I'm going to take it. And there is a higher chance that with the smaller pool of them, I'll be able to maybe get some more reviews out of the pool of ARC readers. So that's just kind of what I'm looking for. Again, if somebody, I did have my favorite review that was left on Missed Arrows. It's over there on Goodreads. And it is a long review, and I want to say she left 3 stars, but it is my favorite review, because she actually put in there what she thought I did well, what she thought I didn't do well, her favorite quotes. She really read it. Like, I know that she read it. And so for me, seeing that somebody actually read the book that they're reviewing was, for me, did a lot more than just simply saying 5 stars, great read, and then nothing else about it. So that's how I feel about ARC readers. I don't, we'll see how it goes. I do plan on opening up the ARC request the same day as the cover reveal and title reveal. Have it up for 2 weeks. That'll give readers 2 weeks to read it. It's a poetry short story collection, so it is going to be longer word-wise, but I think page-wise it'll be close to the other ones. But it is actually nearly twice as long as this one was. So it's got a little bit more punch to it than my previous collections, which I'm very happy about. But 2 PSAs apparently. That's why I like having notes, so I remember what the heck I was supposed to say. But basically, for Amazon, if you're a reader and an author gives you a book or anything like that, don't put in there, the author supplied me with the book in exchange for an honest review. For whatever reason, Amazon is flagging these and taking them down. even though that's not against a book's, agreement or terms or whatever contract, whatever word you'd like to use. There's nothing wrong with receiving a product for free to review it, because that's what Amazon's Vine program is all about. But for some reason they take it out, so if you're a reviewer, just make sure not to mention that you got the book for free. Something new I do want to try, because I tend to do something new with each of my books so far, is to do a pre-order campaign. I'm thinking of just doing an Amazon gift card, but I want to provide readers with more incentive to pre-order. So show proof of the pre-order receipt, you'll be entered into the drawing for the gift card. Likewise, if you show proof of receipt for either one of these guys, then you will also be entered in with additional entries. The overall pre-order goals, which is one thing I loved about Jessica Brody and Bethany Atazada's first page, not really questionnaire, it's just asking 2 questions. One of them is, what is your pre-order goal? And I like that, because I think a lot of the times we're like, oh, I just need to get pre-orders. But like with any goal, we need to quantify it so that we know where we need to make better progress and where we need to focus for the next book release that we have. So for me, my pre-order campaign goals are to earn back 75% of my costs by the first week of release, get 50 pre-orders, and to have 10 reviews of the book on Amazon. So those last 2 are actually the same goals that I've had, and again, I hit them with my debut, oddly enough, just not with my sophomore book. But the 75% of the cost I want to make back, because Missed Arrows has not made even that much back yet. So I want to kind of leverage this, and hopefully if you like the 3rd collection and you haven't read the ones, you'll go back and read this one. And also having 3 books out, I'm hoping that will gain more traction to a readership, because now I have options for readers to pick. But that's really what I've got going on. So we're doing ARC readers, we're doing a bunch of reels and YouTube videos, and we're also going to do a pre-order campaign. So I'm not doing the most necessarily, because I do still have the day job. I've got other things to do. But right now there's a little bit of a lull in my editing clients. So that's what I'm spending a bunch of my time doing, is getting all these videos set up for the release and for hopefully about 2 to 3 weeks after, so I can consistently be pushing traffic to it. But let me know what your favorite pre-order campaign tactics are, which ones you've actually seen do really well. Do you use ARC readers? Do you not? That kind of thing. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe, like, comment, share, all the clicky button things. Really helps out my channel. And I will see you guys all next week. Bye.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down